I think it's just a penciled line drawing that's kind of messing you up.
I just want her face to be feminine, you know?
My canvas is being a straight up ass. This challenge is going to be a nightmare all the way around.
But unfortunately, his canvas was right for being an absolute nightmare. What's up, boys? Welcome back to another Ink Master video on my channel. Now, the other day, the official Ink Master YouTube dropped a banger of a video, I'm not gonna lie. 9 of the worst tattoos Ink Master has ever seen. And well, I thought in today's video we could go over some of those tattoos and we could see just really how bad they are.
Well, Roland, I think I speak for every single person in this room when I look at that cat and I say, what the
You won't believe number 4. They're all terrible. I'm not even gonna lie. They're awful. Unfortunately for our canvases, but at the same time, great entertainment for us. So let's have a look at some of these tattoos then.
I don't want to have like a dude in a grass skirt.
You just gotta let me shade it and do my job.
Now, the first problem with this first tattoo, Tim Lee has drawn out a Hawaiian hula girl to put on this dude's leg. And don't get me wrong, the drawing looks pretty good, except for the face. It looks kind of manly. And well, the artist, Tim, it doesn't like the fact Canvas has told him that. But he's rightfully so, because this is how it turned out, mate.
I don't know how they're not going to send Tim Lee's home for doing this tattoo. When you have eyes and mouth and lips and nose that are just smashed in, then how are you going to fix that? This guy is permanently up for the rest of his life.
Bruh. Look at her face. I love how the artist as well is like so dead proud of himself. Like, bro, look at this. This is sick. The canvas is like completely unsure. I don't blame him. This is on his leg for the rest of his life. That face don't look very girly to me. Now let's have a little look to see what the judges think about this tattoo.
There's a lot of problems with this tattoo. The one hand that's up on the fretboard, that is crazy.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a paw.
The face on this is absolutely insane. It looks so much worse zoomed up. And the like hands slash paws, I didn't even realize at the beginning, but that's pretty awful. And I don't know about you, but I don't know any girls that have a nose 4 times the size of their mouth. That just don't look right. And now in this next clip, we have a girl performing her first ever Japanese fish tattoo on this man's leg. When done correctly, these tattoos look very impressive, especially the color palette that they can provide on it looks absolutely insane. But this being her first ever one, and they're recording it on live television, well, let's see how well that goes.
When I was growing up, I was definitely an introvert because my family moved around a lot, so I spent a lot of my time working on my art. And that's where I think my creativity was born out of.
Honestly, looking at the tattoos that this girl has done in her past, I would be more than happy to get one of those on my body. They look insane. And it would seem that a coil fish should really be nothing to this girl. But let's see.
We got a spot open for you, for sure. Girls have to kick out some guys. Yeah, and we're gonna take over.
Not so sure that's gonna happen.
Let's move on to Jennifer.
That is a dick with scales. One-eyed Willie right there. And it's got wings. Even the mouth. Where's the lips?
Oh my god, you just did her so dirty. One-eyed Willie. You know, on second thought, yeah, I don't want a tattoo by her anymore. Now, as bad as that was, in this next clip, honestly, I think it's one of the worst tattoos to ever be on Ink Master. To be fair, this guy was dealt with a really bad card, but even still, in this next clip, Kyle from season 4 has to tattoo this woman's mum while she is there as well on her daughter's body. It's as bad as it sounds.
I would like to get a portrait done of my mom.
I don't want to do all the wrinkles in there. That doesn't always play out well as a tattoo.
Kyle?
Oh, God. Jimmy just me. I get the oldest, the absolute hardest one to do. I am screwed.
He makes a pretty good point as well. Like, how are you supposed to tattoo wrinkles as well? Like, surely, like, the mum would get offended, right? Like, I'm just guessing, but this really can't end well. Either of them.
We decide we're going to tattoo her on her calf. She's not a big girl, and it's a lot of detail in this small spot. Every wrinkle, every strand of hair, every eyelash is going into this tattoo.
Can't believe the work that goes into this.
Okay, well, clearly her glasses aren't working because even seeing that, like, monstrosity for 1 second was awful. It's just going to look like a massive black circle from anyone looking at a complete distance.
Kyle.
but you accurately captured a lot of parts about this lady. If you look at the shading on their nose, it actually has dimension. You actually put the contour in there, but then you went in here and put too much time in every wrinkle. You accentuated the parts of the photo that you kind of don't want to accentuate.
Ah, that's awkward. I wonder if the woman can like hear any of this as well, because having somebody say to them that they're spending too much time on your wrinkles cannot do good for your self-esteem.
I don't know if I was the first one to say it, but I definitely wasn't the only one to say Leatherface when I looked at this tattoo. It's not a flattering look.
Now in this next clip, it's got to be one of the weirdest tattoos, for sure, that's been on Ink Master. Alex from season 7 had to tattoo this man's back a picture of Philadelphia being blown up on a woman's head. Believe me, it looks as weird as it sounds. Take a look.
I'm expecting something good here.
100%, the most surreal face of the day. I don't know if that's a good thing.
Well, and you created a face that has more of a traditional alien shape.
I think when people look at it, they'll get the idea.
I don't know if they will.
Say Alex was unpleased with how the judges viewed his tattoo. I mean, that face, it kind of says it all, doesn't it? Right, in this next one, this woman wants her to tattoo Turga, a Hindu goddess, on her while she's riding a lion. Which, yeah, completely understand. That sounds a lot to do in a very short space of time. The woman tattooing her is freaking out about it.
It's a lot of work.
I can't even shrink it down, because if I shrink it down, it's gonna just make it harder for me.
My canvas's goddess needs to be on top of a lion, and she has 8 hands.
I stayed up making sure that each finger was same size, that it came from the hand, that it was 5 fingers in each hand.
Honestly, even when I used to draw as a kid, the things I used to find the hardest to do was the hands. So imagining trying to tattoo someone that has 8 hands just sounds absolutely disgusting. Considering when I try to draw hands, it just looks like a 3-year-old drew some random lines.
Tattoo baby.
No doubt you had a tattoo with a load of detail and the amount of time you had to cram it in there, but you gotta be kidding me with this lion.
I have to admit, the goddess itself looks very detailed, but the line just looks like it has sausages for fingers. I mean, my God.
All I can think is what the
I tried to do a 12-hour tattoo in 6 hours.
Even before you had the time crunch of tattooing it, the drawing, the detail of a lion is not there.
I could draw that lion totally different, but I went with a lot more simple lion.
It kills this tattoo, especially in this being the detail challenge.
Now in this next tattoo, our artist is tattooing a neck tattoo on this gal, a Victorian lace that her grandmother used to wear on one of her Victorian dresses. But something about this tattoo just seems off to the judges and just doesn't quite fit. Let's see.
Matt.
Overall, the tattoo is dark. From 20 feet away, it looks like a black handkerchief around her neck.
I do know it will lighten up through time.
But your outlines aren't going to straighten out over time.
At least give her some little scallops off the top and break it up. It doesn't look soft. It just looks like you slit her throat.
Honestly, with this tattoo, it doesn't look too bad up close, but when you look at that kind of a tattoo from far away, it honestly is just going to look like a black handkerchief wrapped around her throat. Kind of looks awful. Now for this next tattoo, this man is trying to do an average size tattoo on this man's arm of a cowboy girl. But when things don't go right, he just makes up 5 different excuses on the spot. And well, to say the judges aren't happy is a bit of an understatement. Check this one out.
You actually did a cover-up of your own detail. The detail in the jacket, can't see any of it.
Man, it was a 10-hour day for us. My hand was killing me. I was beat the up. Broke my thumb right before I came in.
I feel like that was 5 or 6 different excuses just then. You could see the judges honestly getting annoyed with him at this point.
If you don't feel like being here, throw in the towel. You owe your clients. You owe the person that you're going to put something on forever the respect.
The tattoo itself, again, doesn't look bad or terrible or anything, but everything seems so sort of thick with like massive lines and just not enough detail on any of this tattoo.
The only thing that's consistent in this piece is that it's consistently bad.
And in this next clip, we have David Bell's tattoo from season 3, where his client wanted a infinite spiral. This is what some of those tattoos look like. A lot of straight lines and something very difficult to pull off. With him giving loads of excuses again, this can only go one way.
David.
There's nothing consistent in there at all. I don't necessarily know if I even see a geometrical shape. There's a lot of chewed up skin in there. This guy has to walk around with that for the rest of his life. That's a rough one.
Man, you just hammered this guy.
Now for our last clip. This has been rated by a lot of people that watch Ink Master as by far the worst tattoo that the show has ever had. And it involves a cat. By me just saying that, I'm sure a lot of you know exactly what I'm talking about. For those of you that have no clue, well, prepare yourselves. This is it.
I don't tattoo people I don't like. This title's already mine. It's almost as if I'm reliving something I already know has happened.
Roland.
Well, Roland, I think I speak for every single person in this room when I look at that cat and I say, what the
I'm pretty sure when he said a minute ago he wants the title, I hope he didn't mean he wants the title of the worst tattoo on Ink Master, because believe me, that's exactly what he just got. Look at that thing. This is literally what I see when I'm having sleep paralysis in the corner of my room. It's terrifying.
Art's subjective, you know, it's something that everyone's gonna look at and see something differently.
This is a tattooing skill competition. That cat is just nothing other than an atrocity.
So there you have it, boys and girls. This has been all round worst tattoos that Ink Master has ever had on their TV show. And I'm glad they have. The reason why me and all of you probably watch the show is for moments like this. It's absolutely amazing. Anyway, boys and girls, if you did enjoy today's video, make sure to hit that like button. Also, tell me in the comments down below what you thought was the worst tattoo out of all of those. And well, I'll see you all in the next video.